Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Eternal Brews. My name is Pojo, and today we are back with some fancy brewing. A Bastion Rising has released. There's a bunch of fun cards in it, and we are actually currently playing a list that is using at least 5 of them. We're going to be playing around with a bunch of different ideas, primarily synergizing around Beacon of the Reach, the extremely fun and extremely delightful option that gives you random cards to play and then creates and draws new ones every time that you play them. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Beacon of the Reach, and we're going to be also playing around a little bit with Okessa Malaga today. This is Rainbow Brite, and it allows you to just do anything you like in a wide variety of interesting colors. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to talk a little bit about everything that's going on, and I think we're just going to go basically down the line in terms of what different parts of the deck do and what kind of general goal we are trying to reach. So we are, of course, trying to reach Beacon of the Reach, first of all. If we can play this card, we get a massive amount of card advantage due to the fact that we are going to be drawing and playing random cards basically every turn. We have a couple of minor synergies with this. The first is that we are using Okessa Malaga to play it and also protect it a little bit with the Treasure Trove ability. And also we are using Distortion Orb to reduce the cost of our own spells and units to make it easier to play Beacon of the Reach cards. That way, Beacon of the Reach does something like draws us a power, we play the power, draws us a unit, we play that unit for 1 less, and then, you can play 2 to 3 cards per turn off of Beacon in the early stages of the game, and sometimes get even as far as like 4, 5, or 6 in the later stages of the game, depending on how many Distortion Orbs you've played and how many other ridiculous things you have going on. There's a lot of fun card advantage to be had, and we are going to be seeing, I believe, at least 1 Beacon Mirror, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to be talking about. Okay, so Beacon of the Reach Distortion Orb is the primary goal. To that end, we are using Okessa to make sure that we play those cards, and since we have Okessa, we are also including 1 more big expensive relic, Shavka's Embrace. This is, of course, an 11/7 weapon for 9. It's probably the most expensive and valuable thing that you can play off of Okessa in Expedition at the moment, and this is an Expedition legal deck. The Entomb ability allows you to draw 7 cards and reduce their costs by 1. Notably, if you discard any relics to the at end of turn discard your hand ability, Okessa will refill your hand with treasure troves, thus allowing you to draw new cards even if you replace like 1 or 2 of your own. So there's some good value to be had in breaking Shavka's Embrace on turn, but it's also just a fantastically big relic weapon to be slamming on 5, which is very often when it comes out. You can do some pretty wild things with it, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. To support the Okessa and Beacon strategy, we have this early game of Grenadin Drones and Wandering Beholders, simple small units that die to Blightmoth, but Blightmoth is not nearly as ridiculous anymore, so these are a lot stronger choices. Wandering Beholder behaves really well with our ridiculous power base, which is primarily consistent of symbols and silixes, with a couple of granite waystones to generate more tokens for Okessa. Apprentice Mage and Trailmaker bring up the ramping so that we can slam Okessa faster, since she is often the fastest way to get the deck into gear. Putting Okessa down means we can very easily play Beacon or Shavka's Embrace, so we want to do that as fast as possible. And Trailmaker also fixes Influence, which is really, really critical for a 5-color deck. Once we hit 4, we can Wasteland Broker, start picking exactly what direction we want the deck to go. If we have Okessas, we probably go for Claw of the First Dragon to make sure that we have other big relic weapons to draw and play. If we don't have Okessa and we're looking to stabilize, we can play something like Severin or Pale Rider's Timepiece, depending on our unit situation. Severin will, of course, play 2 Piercing Griefs per every power played in this deck, with the exception of the Granite Waystones. And Pale Rider's Timepiece is a weapon that gives Killer, which means you can deal with larger threats and get a little bit bigger than other things on the board. Most notably, the Skycrag 6/6 deck needs something like this to get a little bit above. It's also a nice little touch if you have a lot of extra power. Praxis Arcanum gives you a Sight, which is generally useful for stalling and defending your health total. Also allows you to reduce the cost of units, which is useful if you are trying to make Beacon of the Reach decks work really well. And finally, Unlock the Vault is sort of the last-ditch Wasteland Broker option for when you've already pulled Pale Rider's Timepiece, or you have something like a World Shaper Staff in your Void, along with a Claw of the First Dragon, a Distortion Orb, that kind of thing. You can get massive value out of this card on that front, and just playing a relic weapon back from it is typically strong enough with something like Shavka's Embrace. So this is a card we like to get late, but basically is the sort of general shape of things. Okay, that being said, we have one World Shaper Staff. It's not a particularly strong card, but it does give us that massive amount of influence, so it's decent to put on basically anything, and most of our vulnerable units can not only do with 1 extra health, but also become a lot less vulnerable when they have World Shaper Staff, because people are more reluctant to kill the card due to the card draw and influence gain both being extremely effective. The next thing that we have on the list, aside from, of course, our big relics, is petitions. We are, of course, trying to draw as much power as possible, and petitions also lead into treasure troves. Once you have distortion orbs down, you can petition for 1, play a Silix, get a treasure trove for 1, and draw new cards while also playing extra power. Basically everything you want out of a deck at the moment. If you have 2 distortion orbs, that's effectively free, and petition becomes one of the stronger cards in your list. Send an Agent kills units and relics, which is really, really handy. It's good for popping Aegises, it's good for wrecking Marionette Crosses, it's good for destroying most things that your opponent has that are monocolor, and also kills colorless things, which is such a nice bonus. Send an Agent is a super powerful card that we absolutely should be playing in any Xenon deck, which this happens to be. D'Angelo Arson gives us the ability to force our opponent to discard, and also gives us a little bit of late game burn and reach, both of which are really, really useful. This card is straight card advantage, it's disruptive to your opponent's plan, and slows down their ability to kill you quickly, which means that you have more chances to get your beacon distortion engine flying at the speed that you really, really want it to. Finally, Display of Vision provides us with attachment destruction for enemies, which is really, really critical for getting rid of the current big relic scaries that are out there. Distortion Orb, Beacon of the Reach, and of course the Skycrag option, which is called like Sling or something like that, which is just like one of the most dominant cards, I think, in the current few days that the Expedition format has been changed. If you are trying to deal with this card, it's not a bad choice, and it also allows you to play power cards of your choice from your deck, ramping you, which is really, really good, and playing cards like Silixes, which is also really, really good. In addition, the card has an anti-aggro feature, which allows you to give enemy units -1/-1 this turn. Overall, it's just an insanely strong display, and I think it's the strongest it's ever been in this current Expedition. The power base, of course, symbols and Silixes, everything's pretty straightforward there, but overall, like, this deck just basically aims to greed out as fast as possible and then translate all of the extra like cost reduction and card advantage together into an overwhelming force that will eventually kill your opponent just by rolling over them with the raw crush of random effects and stats. It's a lot of fun to play, and we're going to see that in the upcoming games. Before we do that, I'll remind you that if you would like to follow on YouTube or subscribe on Twitch, which is free with Amazon Prime, both are great ways to support the stream. We also have a Patreon, and you can follow us on Twitter to find out when we have new videos up, as well as to find out when we're doing off-hour streams, which we will generally announce on Twitter. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Let's get into some games, and we'll see you in the very exciting Twitch highlights that we have for you now. So see you there. Have a good one. Pretty close to calling it, but it's still silly. Okay. This is awkward. I don't think it works. Tougher, but I think we keep that one. It's really nice if we can get the Clodagh going. I've been meaning to change this out for a Kato for a while. Oh, good. So yeah, we play a Clodagh, we put a World Shaper Staff on it.
New wonders.
Oh, we just lead with the Arson.
Coin to spare? New wonders.
Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, I've been thinking about grabbing some like seats. Should probably take a Silix that we can play, or a power that we... aren't turn 4? I don't actually know what turn we're on. I'm gonna take the Skycreek Silix. Okay. That should do it. 2 Justice symbols gone. Cool.
Welcome to the Reach.
Akessa's not currently doing a lot. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Let's negotiate.
So we've got a Horse Snatcher Bat and a Send an Agent. And the Horse Snatcher Bat plays into a new Beacon card. But also getting a power-up Beacon was actually really good there. And killing Okessa is really hard to do. Okay, fair, that works. Oh, we got a second and a third beacon. Hilarious. How do we do this? This is really hard. I think we go Horse Snatcher Bat, but... Trail Torch is nice. That's fine. Oh, Geralt. Delightful. Here's a second beacon. So we can run out even more random cards. Hey, it's a random world pyre. What's not to love?
It is time to end this.
What a nice ice quake. You got multiple fetches. So that's going to be a deciding factor in how ridiculous this is. We ice quake right now. Kill that. End my turn.
Your fight is not ours.
I have so many cards.
I'll do my best.
Touch of Purity looks great. I'm into it. Okay. By all means. Notably, we get to do something really cool here. Oh, not quite. Next turn. But yeah, Raid Leader into Near Perfect Imitation allows us to trigger Geralt, because the Geralt will still have... it won't have charge. Okay, let's just go fancy.
Burn it all!
So this won't have charge, notably. But it will be able to attack because this card is already ready.
And now it is
Which means we get the top card of our deck. Hooray! And that's a Power Stone Compass, which is also delightful. Don't want to imbue. We'll skip that. Oh dang, I could have played the Overseer first. This is so bananas. We have 3 beacons and we're just rotating them. What you got? Cool. Trove is free. Silverwing replaces our card. Pending Execution is unplayable for the moment. Display kills Backbreaker.
Trust and experience.
East Annex Smuggler can trade, although I'm not sure what for. Yay! Have I considered the Factionless Cultist? No, I have not. But could work. Could work. Is Arson good? So far, it has been perfectly serviceable. I do not know if it is an insanely good card, but I have my suspicions. Trailmaker for green, that sets us up with Display of Vision, which sets us up with Skycrag.
This'll do the trick.
So Fire Symbol into Display of Vision. Gives us an Argent port. But we could go for a Skycrag if we wanted to. That would give us blue and the Waystone. How about no?
Trust and experience.
Just not gonna do it.
Choose a path.
That begs the question of what our choices are here. I think Claw. Send an Agent will not kill Sling.
This'll do the trick.
Learn their fears.
But we've also shut them out of 4th power, and they don't have Sling. So I'm pretty comfy here.
One shot, one kill.
Turns out I don't need Trailmaker here. Beautiful, a second Display of Vision. That's actually gorgeous.
I'll do my best.
Okay, they're at 13.
Here, piggy, piggy.
Grenadin costs 0 for me now. And I can triple block Cerso if I really need to. Seems unlikely, though. Definitely a lot of good cards in the tank there. Ooh, choose an influence to gain. Ridiculously, neither of them help me. It needs to be time or primal. I'll skip the transform, thank you. Ooh, but I got a veteran strategist, so I can get green here. Or shadow, either one. Keep making things miserable. Oh, beautiful. Okay, do we want to swing here? It's a decent amount of damage. I think I like it. And that gives us shadow, so display or strategist can give us green for Wandering Beholder, which we currently don't have, but you know. Ooh, there's a Kato in here. I can grab a random relic. Woot woot! We beat out the, probably the deck to beat, right? Starting to wonder if I should just do like 3 4-hour streams instead of 4 3-hour streams. That might be better. Not great for the old influence counter. Not that I really care about that. Okay. This gets really weird regardless of how we do it. I don't think there's a way that I can adequately play DeAngelo Arson on 3.
I'll get it there.
Oh, Courier is actually kind of a nice card if you want to do that kind of thing, though. That will at least make all of our other power undepleted. So yeah, correct there, I think. And then we play Trailmaker for Shadow or for Primal to try and get Beacon running. Justice to try to get Beacon running. Okay, Silix will play, and then we can play Beacon. I was wondering if they were a Beacon deck. They are. Let's have some fun, bud. Oh god, I got a Clock Tower Sentinel. No one knows what they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna make your life hard. I think you're getting a Distortion Orb. But I'm gonna play my Distortion Orb first, and that'll make it impossible for you to play your Distortion Orb. Game, set, match. Oh, no, they just got another beacon. That is a strategy. Beacon. Oh, hey, it's Mr. Marcos. We weren't going to play that card under other means, so fine by me. Apprentice Mage, Treasure Trove for 1, Grenadin Drone. And have I mentioned that, like, this card is, like, legitimately actually pretty good? Please discard. You discard a Beacon card, I'm going to be really happy. 2 Defiances. Okay. Well, I have very expensive Beacon cards right now. But I also haven't seen you play anything. Clock Tower Sentinel will just straight up buff everything on my board, which is cool. I'm into it. Did you need a tribute? Do you have a tribute card? Is it this kind of game? Wait. You missed your opportunity. You had a deadly card. I'm sad for you. Okay. Clock Tower Sentinel. Ooh, street urchin for free. I'm into it. Send an agent. That's beautiful. This might get us Defiance, but I think it's worth it. Boop. Clock's ticking. If you transform the card linked to Beacon, does it break? Oh, I don't know. I think the identifier would still be on it, but it's hard to tell. Thought you could hold on to that blister sting claw, huh? Nope. So send an agent is mine, but I don't have any relics, so like, I guess we'll play Shadow Symbol, because like Argenport Silix could still potentially draw me a card. Hey! You got a random marionette cross off of a beacon. And I have a random send an agent off a beacon. I love this round so much. This is really, really good. Trailmaker for green. Cat burglar for cat burglaring. Oh, we get to play Marcos. How horrible. We're gonna play Siege Train first instead, though, right? Oh, a Gleeful Firebrand? Heck yeah! Let's choose Drifter?
Feel the heat.
Skip that. Silix. Island's favor for an Aegis. God, Distortion Orb's so good in this deck. Sand Tornado will draw me a new card, but I could also wait on it and play the Treasure Trove. I think we'll play the Sand Tornado right now. I just want to see the next card. Show me, show me, show me. Pack Conjuring. Love it. It's negative 13 plus 13. Because of the Clock Tower Sentinel.
Got him in my sights.
Okay. You got it, friend? Oh, yours aren't as good as mine.
Face me with honor.
Decimate? Definitely. Although it does reduce our maximum power, which is like really not a thing we want to be doing right now. Choose a card to draw. I'll take the Lethrai Falchion, thank you. This is free. Oh shoot! A power that I didn't play. The beacons keep ticking on. Oh, if I'd attacked, I would have gotten the bonus. Okay. Ooh, Distortion Orb. I love it. Okay. I mean, I don't want to attack because it'll end the game faster, but here we go. Gotta get that 10-10 running. Beautiful. Except I can shush it. And you'll never have an Ice Sprite again. It seems like a waste of a Dazzle to me, friend. You're really not gonna like this second Distortion Orb. Time. Pack Conjuring again. 2 Pack Conjurings in one game. Oh, that was beautiful. And that, I think, is a very good game to end the night out on. Okessa Malaga, what a wonderful phrase. Okessa Malaga, ain't no passing craze. It means hot murder for the rest of your day.